a long time since we shared a casting desk, Lauren.
It's been a minute.
It's been a bloody minute. I used to sit in my boxer shorts, 16 years of age, talking about Call of Duty.
You made me sound very weird. You made me sound very weird instantly there, Alex. Let's roll it back.
You weren't in my room.
I wasn't in the room.
We were on TeamSpeak and we talked about it with our gaming headsets. It's a bit different, but it's good to be sharing the desk with you once again. And for such a prestigious event that has so much history tied to it, of course, global pandemic and all that, we're doing it a bit different, but hyped all the same. Let's see how this one shapes up. Look at that weird combination of names. Machine, Sponge, and Pansy. Yes, we will be the second squad for your ESL 1 Cologne, and we are straight on into the pistol. What have we got going on here? Slow and steady, holding on towards that ramp. Jump peek from Jacob, just trying to take some stock of things, but it's worth keeping stock of where that bomb is. Grat looking for a late lurk towards the B. Liaz taking some mid control. The first fight will be on Daps, it seems, if they continue or even flirt with a boost.
Let's see if there's any intention behind that flirtation, as for now, Daps being very patient, a man known for kind of the calm, cool, collected approach, the voice of the game, you could argue, at least for one of the sides. But the T side looks kind of locked and ready here. I don't see too many people up against him. Bentet's right there, but Bentet now is in so much danger. He still succeeds on one and actually stays alive.
Not at all. Daps will go straight down with his teammates. JKS already got 2 scalps affixed to his belt. Another 2 perhaps on the cards. Automatic and Koost. Oh my goodness, Som! Brain splattered across Vertigo and 2 more to go. JKS, he's looking hot.
JKS just chest pumped up, taking those fights head on, buying time for the other 2, leaving it in just Koosta's hands. The 1v2, no kit to hand, is going to be a little bit tricky as the clock begins to tick. Gratisfaction on the site, but is he a little too thick for his own good? He might be. He's got the wagon, but now he might get a bullet for it. He does get put down, but Liaz is there.
It's wild with that round right there. 100 Thieves missed a smoke, right? First round, ESL 1 Cologne online. They're back, they're playing officials. They missed a smoke, and I thought right there it was going to fall apart. But JKS, you know, I spoke about the boy a little bit. You should have your expectations set pretty high.
I call him Juzzy so much that I'm trying not to call him Juzzy
I'm
when
sorry.
I'm casting. I'm now, this isn't my nickname. I don't have a rapport with him. I can't get away with that. And I'm like, Juzzy with 3. I'm like, no, Alex, that's not how it works.
Well, the force buy is going to come straight in here from Gen.G, so they want to fight for this one here. Don't want to give up the control to 100 Thieves. And I was talking about the fact that, look, 100 Thieves can struggle to take this A ramp on the CT and T sides here. And, well, automatic with the scout. Wanted to start things off with a little bit of damage, but he's going to drop back.
Okay, that's not too shabby for the opening T gambits. Just chipping away at this force buy from the CTs. They put all of their chips into the center of the table, and it could come tumbling down. 2 very different analogies combined there.
You know,
Let's
Alex,
hold on B.
I'm going to be honest, it's weird seeing CZ's back.
Yeah, I remember.
I left, and they've returned.
Yeah, it does feel like they've come back with you. We kind of lost the CZ75, but it's actually quite nice to see the pistol back and equipped. Even the Tech 9's getting some use.
Very odd, very odd. Does excite me a little. Maybe not to the like Anders degree of masochist, but
no, Anders is the one that's like, oh yeah, right between those 2 pixels, bang it, wall bang it. He just rants about it for hours, and we all love him for it. But for now, we do have JKS being the spearhead of the A ramp walk. Bomb's not with him, so he's going to try and make some space at the moment, as there is actually on his tail now. And with 45 seconds, they start to prepare to assault towards this A site. There is limited CT utility. There will be a way in.
Booster. Timing might be just right on this by a little bit, make them work harder for it, but they're so close. You're right, Alex. They're right on that doorstep, knocking at the door, want to be let in.
You can't swing on that smoke. You can't see anything, and they can see your legs. You really just have to respect it, but they are going in from short. Kusta, good bullet connected to Grat through the smoke. JKS does land the body shots necessary, and again, it's JKS who cracks open the site, and Jacob, sad to not be included.
But bear in mind the damage, it's still pretty chunky. Like, only JKS is looking healthy here. There could still be some troubles, but I think it's kind of managed, hopefully. They don't make these mistakes, right?
They're just looking to contain now. They want to try and go ahead and catch any of those Ts trying to leave that site. Obviously, saving with this amount of health, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed there is you saying it was low utility. Yeah, but it was a lot of smokes. I thought with Gen.G's positions, maybe they'd give up the site, they'd play a retake, get those smokes we were seeing from NIP last season, and try and then go for the fights after the bomb was down. But JKS, yet again, 249 points of ADR, 2 rounds into the game here, so off to a very good start. And now it's just up to Daps to see if he can get anything done. Liaz will finish him off there, and it will just be Bentet putting his nose out, having a sniff, and now getting away with the saved MP9. Now, Lauren, you missed, I'm going to say, a truckload of Vertigo games that myself and Alex were playing, and there was a strategy.
I joined in at the start. And then I ran away to another game.
Well, you naughty girl. You missed a lot, Lauren. You missed a lot. We had an
What would be your top
MP9
list.
I know
what
your
she
push.
missed?
Of the
I know the
Vertigo.
CT
MP9
push.
mid.
Like, don't you saying I wasn't there for that, Chad?
I don't look.
Do you
Lauren,
forget me already?
my short-term memory is.
I can
actually,
tell
is
it's
that
pretty
long-term
garbage.
memory? It's. I'm getting older.
You've hurt my feelings there, Chad.
I played a
remember it
matchmaking
well.
game with Lauren and took a straight MP9 mid second
It
round.
was only me and you, but
He's the only one that came with me.
I'm just saying, Hugo, Harry, they weren't playing along.
They even eco Chad.
Disgusting.
What I want to do here is just set the scene for the next gun round, because this is very likely. Right here, it should just be a closeout 400 Thieves against these pistols. One of the issues I noticed with 100 Thieves last time they played Gen.G is as they were going for their A-ramp control, ooh, this is the dicey moment. All right, they're going to mop this up. Bentet shouldn't get another one here.
Ooh, just about.
He's been watching Chad's demos.
It is getting a little costly, though. This is just USPs and a saved MP9, and as Chad recovers from the kidney shot, Jacob tries to recover from this 3v3. Som's making it a little awkward with this jiggly USP, but so far so good, and they choose to back away. Makes sense. Seems safer at B. Let's cool down. We've still got another 60 seconds on that clock.
This is what happens when I start talking about the theory of what's going to happen in the following gun rounds. They go, nah. We're going to make this one interesting here. But right now, this should be one that they can do with a smoke. Still a bit of a gap. Molotov land as well. If JKS gets a kill through the smoke, there we go. Are we happy with this? We think this one's closed?
I will stop talking if automatic dies.
There we go.
Golden.
So, when 100 Thieves go for their A-ramp control, what Gen.G do very well is throw disruptive utility. They'll drop a Molotov onto the scaffolding position, makes JKS, who's pushing up on that right-hand side, take a bit of damage or have to use one of his smokes of his own. They'll also be reinitiating. Ben, Tet, and Som will be getting flashed on in, and they'll be constantly picking so they don't give away free territory for 100 Thieves.
No, and this is something I was going to kind of try and get my head around when you said they didn't have a second wave of utility in your tweet. So the first is great, it does suppress them, but you're suggesting that second is the necessity in terms of regaining control of it early in the round.
A-ramp control gives you everything. Once you have that part of the map, you can now work around the rest or just go for very simple A execute. So here it comes. You can see this. Som up close and personal wants to get in for the fight.
He's under pressure here. There's no easy way out, and he has to back away. The counter fight, the fight back in is costly, though. Grassfaction is a little worse for wear here.
Now Ben Tet on B. JKS is just going to be scoping out the periphery of that smoke. Could tuck into the corner for the element of surprise. And Kusta, quite an aggressive stance in support by Som. Yet to see the youngster frag. Let's see if that can be shaken off early into this game or if it will haunt him for a few rounds more. Jacob, this is going to be a very scary peak. And all it would take is an extra second on that key to be far too wide. Still 5v5 in that 60-second mark, but they're not yet committing anything. Plenty of utility left on 100 Thieves. They can commit either way. Taking some short control. It will be Grat with that low HP to try and bait for his squad on the go.
He's got the trade ready and able. We've just got to see if it comes through. I want to see how Kusta gets played in on this. If he manages that damage, because they're going up pretty cold here. They are just holding on the very verge, and Kusta could be on the verge of something great if it all works out. 2 up short, though, it's done. Completely caught with the pants down. Automatic's doing damage anywhere he could, but it's too little too late, and JKS absolutely rising to the occasion.
He missed it, but there was a collateral from automatic on short. It may not actually convert into anything substantial, but certainly showboating already. Now Ben Tet, a very winnable clutch, doesn't have the kit, would have to start moving quicker than perhaps he may like. I'm scanning the floor for a kit of his teammates, but I'm afraid I wasn't keeping stock. Regardless, he's not got that many opportunities. That bomb's nearly half gone now. He's got a 10-second defuse, 2 alive. Grat can be the sacrificial lamb. And that he is, but I'm afraid no time. The round will be the Thieves. And a fantastic play from all of them. A late A take using their utility. Ben Tet wants to take everything away from them, and he does. And I'm not sure he's going to be able to escape. Wait, jump off. This could be it. Jump off, perfectly time it, avoid the... No, never mind. All right, it's 4-0. Ben Tet takes a couple with him.
You can see who I have to play with in matchmaking now, guys at home. You can understand my distinct
I've pulled it off before.
No, you
I'm
almost certain you haven't.
Chad's nodding. I'm telling you.
He's funny enough, he's not saying anything though, so no one can really understand that. But again, this is the impact of JKS I'm loving here. Seeing this guy, just the super powerful play on such a hard point as well. It's not just the first kill. No, it's just the full-on sight take, big daddy play. And Kusta, bless his heart, left out on an island. Yeah. Just like short comes flooding in and you're done for. Yeah, automatic's there, but it's too little too late, and we're back down to pistols.
Interesting exchange of smokes. The T's throwing one of their own to ensure safe passage for Jacob. Som wants to challenge. Kusta's there as well. Aggressive from the CTs here on ramp. They want to fight. They've only brought Deagles to the party. It could be problematic, and wow, just through the smoke, Kusta halved. It doesn't look like he'll be lasting too much longer. Still exposed on the shelf. He does fall. Another added to the tally. Jacob, 2 already on A.
I don't know what they're going to get out of these pistols. I'm just so... The economy is so different to where I saw it before. Pistols are so deadly, too. Look, you're not allowed to talk yet, Chad. You ain't even... Are you back in? Are you allowed? We're not sure.
Question. Hey, there we go. Now, Lauren, don't get me started about the economy. I was just telling you in the green room, what I've done is I've taken a deep breath and I've gone, this is the way it is. This is the current meta of Counter-Strike. So the back and forth nature that we're going to see, it's closer games. You saw the overtimes before, so we'll expect more of that.
Yes.
I'm ready. I'm
Basically,
ready and willing.
You're never really going to be seeing a double eco ever again. It's a TLDR.
That's a good way of summarizing it.
Now, see what on earth is on the plate for these last two CTs. They got armor and weapons. You may want to try and take an AK out of the hands, but Liaz is handing out haircuts. Som gone. Down is 2. Wow, this is a very speedy start from the 100 Thieves. They are looking poised to run with this momentum. It's time for weapons, though. Time for Gen.G to... I'd like to see an AWP. Yes, okay. Automatic pulling it out again. The first time he whipped it out, he didn't really get to show too much just because of the fact it was a full smoke execute. So, I mean, he was in a pickle. Still got a double.
And they didn't do what I said they would do, right? Which is kind of joust for position. They actually gave up control. They allowed the 100 Thieves to posture at that ramp. And then, well, the frags, it was a bit of a flurry, but it fell in their favor. So let's see if they continue with the same. Another weakness that you can look for here on the CT side of this Gen.G roster is the fact that Daps holds solo mid. So Daps might be a player as this calf continues who might get exploited, who they might be looking to push on, but it looks more of the same. Similar over towards A, not as aggressive this time from the T's.
Yeah, and I'm kind of impressed at the fact that Kusta's so willing to take such aggressive stances early. He could just lose that life, give them the gap and the way into that A site, but he has that faith in himself. Aggressively jumping and jiggling for info, but there's so many just around the corner. This could go wrong at any moment. Does look like he's going to think better of it now. He starts to see more utility as they start a very silent, unannounced approach towards that A short. Kusta gets back in to the correct spot on the map in time. He even has the incendiary. Might want to hold on to it, but just choose to drop it. Still 60 seconds left of play. And the bomb's on the way towards A.
And the rotation's going to come through from automatic. So if if Som goes down here early, they're going to have a really hard time defending this one. Kusta's up close on the alley position as well, and now the time ticking to sub 45 seconds.
Yeah, okay, but if we shave off another 15, that one way puts us in dangerous territory, and so is Tet. Just crouching under the crosshair. He hasn't seen anything. JKS is still going to get the frag regardless, and that's going to be a big problem for the CTs. They've got pressure on A, and they've just lost B. There's an unanswered question. Automatic has to fill that gap.
Wait, the rotation's coming through, and there's only 20 seconds left. If they can get a kill on transition here, we might have a couple of issues here for the 100 Thieves. JKS, he is set up. There's a slight gap there that you can AWP through, and there it is. That's the frag we were talking about.
Oh my goodness, JKS just sets it up on a plate. They're going for this plant. There's only 10 seconds left. If they were to force Azar off, doesn't look like it's a possibility. And Kusta caught by Jacob on the rotate. List is looking set for a 600 Thieves. Perhaps trying to change my mind is automatic, but caught by Grab, and not the second. A quick exchange of headshots leaves the 100 Thieves with a 6th so far and so soon into the first map.
All right, well, this is not the start I was expecting. I thought we might have a more back and forth affair here, but it's good to see them putting their foot down. Now, I think we're leaning towards Vertigo being one of the T-sided maps in the pool. We're still learning. It's still the newest. We're not quite sure how it plays now. And there's that missed smoke yet again. Look towards the top of your screen there. They missed it on pistol, and they've missed it again in a late round execute. So that could be something that might bite the 100 Thieves as this game continues. But so far, pushing them back on towards pistols yet again. As long as they don't drop an easy round like these, a gimme,
it doesn't swap.
Yeah, the Thieves should be staying. They should be looking hot to trot.
But of course, as we all know, it tends to be the magic number of round 6, maybe even 8. Then they lose 1, then it's an 8-6 half.
Yeah,
but typically.
Can we boil it back to win conditions that we were talking about? Yeah. I mean, we looked at Gen.G, said automatic's a big factor. If he has a good game, if he gets going, it's great. Say the name and apparently he arrives, but it's been dealt with fine. Especially on the 100 Thieves side, we've had JKS being the big boy, which is what you wanted to see, right?
Yeah, well, he's smaller than me. I won't call him the big boy, but...
oh, Chad, you build him up and break him down like that?
No, I need to make sure I keep him a little bit humble. I don't want to let his ego swell too far out of control. He'd be a monster like me. But this is where the problems are. Look at these CZs. They're chiming on in very, very swiftly, and it's Jacob alive 1-on-3. He can do this.
Certainly not impossible. Recovering the bomb would be step one, and even finding Kusta, but a great Deagle headshot. And just as you mentioned, this unbeaten spree, not dropping a gimme, and there it is. Exactly that. Perfect play from the CTs. They managed to catch them off with some ratty corners and some Kevlar Deagles. Now it is time to see if 100 Thieves can get back into control, or if it's time for the tide to change.
Look, I'm gonna go, I don't believe in it. I don't get hyped by it until I see it strung in something more. I love a Deagle or two, but I look at these as gimmicky kind of bits and pieces. A round's a round no matter which way you look at it, but it's that repetition I want to see and that kind of solidarity from Gen.G being able to control 100 Thieves, because honestly the rounds they're winning were clean. This is aggressive though. Early flash exchanges. T-side is blind and already Kusta's found one, but it's a trade back in for Gratisfaction.
All right, something a bit faster this time. Round 8, already seeing bloodshed. In fact, into a 4v4, 90 seconds still to be played out. JKS has been having quite a lovely duel with Bentet round after round. Certainly seen the Australian prevail more than his adversary. So I'm rotating to double check on mid. It's not seen much action from the T side this map. It's enabled the CTs to kind of go for a 3-2 split, essentially, with someone just floating to elevator intermittently. Molly for sure. It's indicative of a full execute, but what am I seeing here? I see 2 smokes, Molotovs. It's something. They can smoke the site left and right. One for elevator and one for that plant. Here they go. Liaz, full control. Has to be a frag here from Automatic. He's already been knocked off his perch. Looking for the retake then, Lauren.
Yeah, they're locked out straight up. How much do they have to play back in with? Molly, couple of smokes and a flash or two. It ain't a great deal, to be fair, but at least it's something. But a 4v4 retake is going to be brutal without the first starting block, right?
It might be a save call here. They're setting up smokes, but these aren't the retake smokes by any means. They're going to have to find some kills as they push out through, but 100 Thieves, they've got the chokes covered.
Yeah, I really don't see a way out for them. There's so little time on the clock. What are you trying to do? That's lovely. Through the box. Liaz does return, though. Grat's in such a prime position, but now he's been spotted. He's burning just on JKS. Is there anyone on the bomb? They've got a kit. Oh, the transfer! It's all 3! JKS is savage. Justin is savage. That's a triple, and that is the 7th for the 100 Thieves. Good grief.
Well, there goes my voice in game 1.
You're cool?
That little transfer.
All right, Chad, we haven't had many exciting Australians around us.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So when we see it, we get excited. Look at this.
Oh.
You telling me you were doing that, Chad?
I was watching it while I was dead.
I like that. Support. Emotional support. Sponge in the corner.
Look.
And that was his face during all of it.
Alex on the floor crying and just
what the hell?
Joy.
I guess it's because he does it every day and I never do it. That's probably what's happening.
Might be it.
Yeah. But regardless, more frags. This time it's Gratisfaction drawing blood. They've lost one of their stars of the show. Kusta claws it back, and aggression from Som. I love it. Containing this ramp fight, not letting them set up and have full reign of it. They decided to stop them there.
It's not easy to keep doing, but they decided on something. But Daps falling down in middle, open things up. This is going to cost those rotations, cause them to be split at the scene. Bentet needs to keep this one safe. Half HP, bomb goes down. He's got to have seen it. He knows what's going on. But JKS, I don't want to fight him right now, and Liaz has just cut off rotations. He's gone around beside him, but Kusta comes in at the right time, and Bentet, his ability to stay alive has actually surprised me quite a fair bit. I think it was the pistol round, early rounds. He's doing okay. It's not flashy. Hey, look, it's not the 3K from JKS, but he's buying time. He's kind of slowing them down. I'm happy enough to see it. It's the second round.
Everything you can desire from a B player. I mean, he's slowing him down. He's not dying. That's pretty much everything you can ask, and it's really quite harder said than done, actually. I really struggle to survive sometimes in Counter-Strike, and it's something that can truly be the be-all and end-all. We do see a timeout called out, the first of the game, in our venture to North America on day 1 of ESL 1 Cologne. And with 30 seconds for their coaching staff and players alike, just to get their heads screwed on tight. They don't want to let this one slip away. And I mean, should the half continue in this fashion, I do think it would be an almost impossible to overcome obstacle on our very first map. It was a 100 Thieves pick, worth reiterating that Vertigo is where we would be expecting to see some dominance, but so far, fantastic. And just seeing that rinse repeat approach, a big smile on Grat. Is that a man? But I'm seeing
he is.
And he's got
a goatee going on there as well. Is that a goatee on the chin?
Yeah,
okay, so he's adapting the facial hair. I guess as it becomes available, playing with it.
Yeah.
You know, getting creative. That's what we like to see.
The teachers come along and giving him a bit more clay. Teacher being, never mind, deity.
Just quickly, the smoke actually for Gen.G that was meant to cover off the A ramp, I saw the blue line. it's off the map. So that's a little bit of free territory and a wasted smoke that's come out here earlier. 100 Thieves, they don't know it, but they could push up here for free. We'll just use a flash, and now that they've jumped up towards the sandbag position, clearing out, well, the other sandbag position, life's looking pretty easy for them as the setup right here from Gen.G, they're expecting something to go towards B or middle. Look at this setup.
It's a little peculiar, and it's working out so far. Bentet does catch Liaz, but he knows that's not the primary B lurk. He knows there's another, and it's typically JKS. They're just playing with each other at this point in time, waiting for someone to just take a little bit of a misstep. It does look like Bentet is going to start to go a little more aggressive. As the smoke fades, he will have an opportunity. But it's the same as always. Friction on B, finish on A. Som, Molotov out of position. They don't have much. They do have some smokes that are starting to go down. Azza releases his. This will be a bomb plant unless someone from Gen.G can contest.
Let's find out that utility can do anything. No, I'm pretty sure that's a clean plant. Nope, Gratisfaction gets away. Post-plant, game on. This is another retake scenario, and you still have JKS still doing damage. The man's not done yet. He's at his highlight, and now he's doing the hard work too. Can he stop being such an all-round player?
As long as JKS is there, Bentet has to be there. Like, it's perfect. Like, if his team can handle doing whatever they're doing at A without JKS, he can just keep Bentet busy, and it's beautiful. That's a lot of Bs. And now let's see if Azza can contest with the CTs. Oh, the damage. Looking to convert, get the tickle on the bomb, and they haven't got much time. Just through the smoke that he did. One shot! Somebody gets it. It's JKS, of course. That's twice. 100 Thieves have been rescued from the brink by Mr. Justin Savage.
I really want to talk about this approach from 100 Thieves in taking the site here. They're not actually jostling for fights as you come up the ramp, right? They're actually going through the alley position, and they're using all of their utility very smartly. They're clearing things out systematically, and then they're forcing them back to either behind in the elevator room or near the boost position where coming up over the top, it'll be a left eye peek. So you can see here with this camera angle that they're not actually going up to the ramp for fights. They're coming through the alley position. So a Molotov towards the boost boxes, a Molotov towards the close alley. All of those bits and pieces are meaning that they don't actually need to put their players in danger. If you want to stop this, though, they're going to have to fight. Right? Gen.G have to fight.
I was about to bring up Astralis. I was about to say, where's the glaive smoke? Where's the swing? Where's the device on shelf? I know they're capable.
Are you giving them the note of just be Astralis?
Yes.
Is that the adaptation here?
That would work, certainly. But also, just take some tips out of their CT aggressive playbook, because they have got, I would say, pages upon pages of moves combined with utility to take control on the CT side of this ramp position, because it is such an integral part of the T side attack, and that's brutal. Straight through the wall, Gratisfaction beheads Som. He's been having a tough go of it. And it looks like it could get even tougher. Daps is on his flank. He's managed to get himself through mid, which is a lot of space to be taking, but he won't be able to do too much with it with a CZ on that flank. Ramp quiet. Daps descending. Very stylish.
That is a hard, guys.
Right.
Bentet's just hiding on quad. I mean, this is tier 1 Counter-Strike, so obviously it's going to be checked, and he's not going to get a single kill. There we are. And we're good to go. 100 Thieves have weathered the storm of the no armor Deeks. And that's the 9th for the 100 Thieves. Gen.G in need of a couple here on the CT side. But where's the change-up? Is it time to get, Automatic a little more freedom? Doesn't feel like we've seen any aggressive moves from him yet. But of course, Daps is the one pulling the strings, and they've already called one timeout. We'll see that this is the flight path. Jacob knows Liaz is holding it. He can face the elsewhere. It's lovely. That's where, the word flight path comes out of my mouth a lot. I think that's a nice way for you guys at home to understand what I'm talking about. All three of the players there knew what had to be checked by whom.
Yeah, exactly. And the way that you run into sites is very important. We talk about spacing, we talk about scaling. This is stuff that they've done in practice. But here, they have to fight. We were speaking about this. Gen.G, Kusta, they're going a little bit more aggressive this time round.
Ooh, 3 of them. There's one short too. One swinging on Crane. They want to fight, and look at Kusta go straight down, rips Grat out of the server. Jacob in the trade. I'm expecting to see a trade as well, but no, it seems that Jacob, with just 1 point of health, is hiding and getting away.
It was the backup. Where was the help? I get it,
wins
but
his duel, ladies and gentlemen, and then some.
It's Bentet all day. Just don't go to this site, all right? That's kind of it. Leave JKS there if you want someone there, but otherwise, just get on over to the other. Bentet is a bit of a brick wall, but that's kind of beside the point for now. Azza and Jake are going to try and make something happen. Luckily for them, the brick wall crumbles, and
bowling,
but only for so long. Yeah, he's doing all right, old Bentet. outside of him doing well, right? I'd say he is doing his job. He's a solid anchor. He's locking it down. He's doing what he needs. But I still don't think we have that full answer. We saw some aggression on ramp. But is that enough?
Well, the aggression forced them into B, right? So it showed 100 Thieves that potentially there was a weakness on the other side of the map. They went on in. Guess what? There was no weakness. But now, as the calling game will continue, if you are 100 Thieves, you may assume that middle might be a little bit weaker. Now, Daps, is he going to be ahead of that? Is he going to call for 2 players mid? What type of setup are they going to look for here? Because the change-up, this is the perfect time for 100 Thieves. We're still in the first half. Oh, okay. Hold up a second.
You know what? You can ask all your ifs and buts. It seems a decision is made, and so is a frag, maybe 2. The CTs have held them at bay. There's more, though. Liaz trying his best. Kusta does manage to find 2 in the round. Som onto a short test. It is JKS, just the 2 of them. Grat and JKS in an impossible scenario.
How'd you make something out of this? Someone's got to make a mistake. You're going to be so hard done by to try and make something happen yourself. They do have a flash and molly, smoke and 1 other flash. I guess that's it. But Automatic still posted up. He's seen enough. He sees more than enough. Gratisfaction on the 1, but it's information. And they know where JKS is. But there is danger in this man that you don't want to unleash. But half HP, it is going to be quelled with another bit of damage chipped away on the wall bang. I don't think he's going to get much from this one.
Yeah, it seems his options are being slowly removed from him. You can even see Bentet going down that ladder, locks the door behind him. Very few options with 10 HP, but he's already impressed us twice, saving the rounds. 2 of those 9 are entirely thanks to JKS and his clutches.
There's no way.
We don't.
He's giving it a go.
Yeah, look, economic damage is key at this point. If he can take a couple of other guns away, Bentet will take his life. Now, a 9-6 half for Gen.G, considering how this one started, that's not bad. If they're able to convert this now, we can see the money situation right here for 100 Thieves. We would call this in the bin. It's towards the tail end of the half as well. It's not where you want to be. So the question mark is, do we take a save here, and then we go for a pretty decent buy in the final, or do we go for 2 force buys, back-to-back rounds, and give ourselves the chance to potentially put 11 on the board? So, Azza, they're not looking too happy with how that one unfolded. They had a commanding lead. Let's see if they can get anything done. It will be the eco. So, are we going to do one of those situations where we juggle, or we talk about the weather, or...?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably worth talking about the fact that we have seen very little Counter-Strike, personally. Like, you went and kind of lived in Malta and kind of became a new man.
Yeah, well,
I did the same thing.
I did some self-therapy. I don't know if it's as good as real therapy, but I tried.
I'm glad someone seemed to make their lives better. I stayed at home, started watching anime again, and cast a... Ooh, I wanted to say a knockoff Counter-Strike, but that might get me in trouble.
Oh,
but
dear.
You know what? For now, I'll stick with it. I'm here for a little bit of time, so I might as well sell out the other fans.
Yeah, let's do it. You know,
you've got to play the fan base.
Exactly.
Hopefully they don't remember.
I'm doing signals.
Don't.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything else.
Production.
You ever been skiing, Lauren?
Funny enough, no.
No, I love skiing.
I put on the posh accent, but it doesn't equate to going skiing in summer with Daddy's friends.
Daddy's friends?
Oh.
Daddy's got the cabin in the mountains.
Oh, goodness.
Oh.
Som is not looking particularly well off here. That's a full M4. I'm going to start getting a little nervous for them. This is a pure Glock round, I will remind you. 45 seconds. There is still very little chance for the 100 Thieves to do anything with this, but that death from from Som could have some ramifications throughout the next 30. They are grouping up on short. This is where they've previously found weakness.
Som's had a rough one, hasn't he? He's really struggled here, but do you know what? Love seeing an eco round really trying to be worked with. I mean, if they get fun out, try and get a couple of guns away. Daps and Automatic have a resounding answer for that intention, however, which is a solid no.
I mean, this is going to be quite different. This is going to be a very interesting way for the half to end if Gen.G get the 6th as well, because it felt like 100 Thieves were in the driving seat, absolutely. Yeah. But if they're, we're seeing how their mental state has been shaken just a little after these last couple of losses, but the Glocks won't shake it. If this next one falls and then 6th is as well, suddenly the pistols Gen.G's, and suddenly this game completely turns on its head.
This game back on, I feel.
Absolutely.
I'm curious, honestly, Chad, how was Gen.G's Vertigo leading to this point? So I actually don't know. Their map pool is something that I don't know, and I think they didn't know for a while as well.
So Gen.G definitely don't pick it. I have that up, but it looks like they've won it 60% of the time, played it 5 times.
Yeah.
So it's not a wonder.
I was focusing on the head-to-head, and the head-to-head last time didn't fall in their favor on this map, right? So when we keep that in mind, that's where things can get a little bit worrisome. But this start from 100 Thieves, it was very, very good. I worry more about their mental dropping off when they lose. They lost to that CZ round before, right? They should have been up to quite a few more. They definitely should have probably been knocking on the door of double digits. If they can turn it around here with a little bit of confidence on the tail end, well, then we might have a banger of a game.
I'm down for a banger. be fair, I mean, the spot Som's been given is the spot that we've seen 100 Thieves exploiting. It has been that short access point into the A site.
Kusta's aggression has been working out. It's been on that fine line. It's dangerous. We saw him trade in a poor manner before, but then we've also seen the benefit when he had automatic there. Jacob's seen him, 100%.
Yeah, you can hear him. I mean, this
Kusta...
This is such a hard job. Oh, he nearly gets 2. My God, between the legs. Jacob down to 16. We got a 4v4.
But now they're just setting up for that A execute, right? So you can see this, everybody quickly making their way over, a minute left on the clock, there's enough utility, Molotov smokes in play. Will it be the same through the alley position, or are they going to try and offer something different here? Molotov to delay, this is going to buy a little bit of time, but 100 Thieves, they can set up behind this. There's no dramas.
Yeah, and I would love the idea of just automatic responsible for sure. I think both of those are his frags. There will be a flash, I imagine, for the swing. Or no, going in dry, and a nice jump from Jacob. Fakes the shot and locking it down all onto JKS again. I've got bloody Groundhog Day in my head right now.
Yeah, it's been played back, but JKS, you got nothing to lose. You got 25 seconds, no util. You got a mountain in front of you.
Bomb.
But yeah, exactly. It's a little bit brutal, but if anyone you'd want here, I guess you'd argue it's JKS. And that is the beginning that makes you a little nervous. But time, Alex, it's so slim here.
Here we go. He's coming from behind. That flank is enough. Bentet seals the deal. It is a 9-6 half. And we'll be seeing how it plays out when we come back.
Stick around just for some be visible, but you don't know, you don't care. Leave me to suffer, erase all the doubt. Pouring Jack in my mouth, in a love with enough of the pain and the drugs to be present for now. All I might know, I don't wanna wake up messed up, 'cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. I know I need you now, 'cause I don't wanna be around. No, I don't wanna wake up messed up. There's gotta be another way past this. I don't wanna fight it. It's time to let it go. It's time to lose your inhibition, developing a blind ambition. If you got a match, just go ahead and light it. I wanna see where this is going. We're done with playing games, not knowing, yeah. We've nothing to lose. We lost it that night. We're feeling alright. There's no need to choose. Don't make up your mind. We're feeling alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna do it like this. Gonna do it like that. Everybody's on that. Gonna do it like this. Yeah, we never look back. Oh, got the bodies
Coupe of North America for ESL 1 Cologne 2020. It's 100 Thieves and Gen.G. We've seen the first half go 9-6, and it was a blistering start, 6-0 in fact at one point for the 100 Thieves. We have got our resident Australian to give us all of the one side of the story, and for the rest, well, for the Gen.G side, myself and Lauren Pansy-Scott residing as well. We're into our second half, Lauren, and my goodness, am I seeing a bucket load of T-side utility. That's 3 Molotovs. Chad, can I just have a check? That's legit.
Yeah, look, if they want to go towards A, I think you really need a Molotov to clear out that sandbag position. We've seen it time and time again. A CT sitting there a bit like a gremlin.
Sure, but that's 3
That's a lot.
naked Ts. I guess it doesn't matter if he's hitting headshots, but nice shot from JKS to get things started. Seems he's keeping the pace. 21 and looking for 22.
Okay, Daps at least gets through, but you got to argue when you're going on that big util buy, you wanted those players still standing. Now they're down to 3. They do have a little bit still in play. The mollies, the smokes are still there. Molly in towards headshot, the boost. It has forced them back, but we're still looking for that bomb to find its placement. They've taken some modicum of step towards the site, but it's not safe yet, Alex.
It doesn't feel safe at all. So smoke from Daps might enable that bomb plant, but they're not from elevator. 2 from snipers. They can double peek from 2 different elevations. We are seeing more damage inflicted. Numbers favor the Thieves. But with that bomb ticking now, the numbers on that bomb do favor Gen.G. Starting to get everything pieced together. It will be Liaz's flash to get this party started.
Oh, nice high flash, and they're going to go off the back of it. Kusta goes down. I think that was going to be the big change-up if he managed something good, but automatic. Okay, tag no frag, and again, it just keeps getting so close, but it's down to just Daps, and sadly, just Daps and 9 HP is going to be tilting that in favor to 100 Thieves.
Well, I think there, as soon as they saw that aggression over towards A, they changed the strat, right? I don't know if they were wanting to run into that as quickly as they were. They did take a lot of casualties there, but getting the bomb down and making that quite a deadly post-plant situation, I think Gen.G have to be happy with how that one ended up. That's see where Som was
after how it started.
Yeah, where Som was when he died and how close JKS was. I think the call, let's just kill him, right? Because technically he should be in no man's land. With the other guys who were so close, they might have been able to run him down. They weren't able to do it immediately. But now with that bomb plant, this is something you're going to be seeing a lot of, Lauren, is
Second round force
buys that seem
How I
stronger.
feel,
Look at the CT buy and look at the T buy, Lauren.
I thought it wasn't Valorant.
No, but it's okay because we'll embrace it. It's a gun round straight away. It's the action. Look at the damage. It's already happening. We're all loving it. Right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, who won the pistol round is the question.
100 Thieves, Alex.
Oh, okay.
The ones without the AK-47s.
Okay. Well, Daps is giving it a good go with that AK-47. Not quite hitting the shots. Kusta is, though, looking a bit sketchy. Azza can do damage, and he does. Dunks Daps with a nade, a third. Azza's doing so much with the MP9. And there's more to be done as well. Bentet, he's so low. A little burst from that SMG could be his 4th. Locking down Gen.G's foray into B. Great shot. Automatic's gone. And that's 11 for the Thieves.
I know you were all like worried about rifles and stuff there, Chad, but I mean, we just saw the SMG getting all the kills, so what's the problem? The match is perfect, so...
Pound for pound, best gun in the game.
But of course.
Yeah,
of course.
MP9's quite the vital weapon on a map like this. Yeah, up close and personal, close to corridor.
Was it that close, though?
No, Lauren, I'm trying to tell a story here. This is good, though, because Az has had a bit of a rough game, so potentially some confidence off of a bigger round like this here. So he needs to smile a bit more. I might have to send him a message.
I'm just glad his teammates aren't around him to see the face of the palm after every round.
Oh, dear.
That would get my mental all screwed up. Jacob jumping for info and nading. That looks like a juicy one. I think that's going to be a chunk of damage and a little unfortunate, but JKS is having no issues, and Gratz just holding W.
Hello.
In pursuit of the W, and that's another double. You can talk now. Hey, that was a third. I think those things only please me, but that's okay. It's 12-6. We are seeing another open and shut case in round 18. It's time to see, though, what Gen.G and Daps have got in store for us on this side. I mean, we knew that this was a 100 Thieves pick, but the T side is where I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to know what Gen.G are going to be throwing at us. Are we going to be seeing more slow crawls up ramp with some smokes and some mollies and a plant, or is it going to be feeling different?
I mean, that early foray into things for 100 Thieves was pretty spectacular to watch. JKS, even aside of JKS's individual brilliance, it was pretty decent. The response was there. So yeah, I think the bar's been set. Gen.G, I don't know what to expect from them. It's a little fruity. And speaking of, he's a bit of a walkabout here. Nice bit of aggression, and we wanted to see it eventually from the previous CT side, but straight away, 100 Thieves want to get involved.
That feels different. That feels very different. Just taking the fight immediately. It's worked out nicely for Gen.G so far, but Liaz in a prime position to punish. They've wrapped onto B. They'll be looking for him. They will surely check it. Yeah, Molotov's and everything, and he doesn't hit the shots. It comes down to Grant on the flank. He hits the dink, hits the shot. Kusta's preoccupied with the plant. Som makes it clear there's one close gens. That smoke is going to enable him to retreat.
So I'm waiting.
Flash for the swing.
Pop. Gratisfaction able to slip away at least. Time's still ticking though, Alex. This is going to come down pretty close here. He's got to get a little bit of a wiggle on because he ain't got all the time in the world though. And there's the first! It's not going to happen. Kusta there. Safe pair of hands. Yeah, 13 HP, but it's job done. We're looking at a game on our hands. It's not going to be an easy one, clearly. That aggression, Chad, that was like a next level.
And that's what needs to be changed, because the previous game, I was watching the demo back again today, and I could see that 100 Thieves, they were pushed back every single time. And here, they did actually, take a fair bit of damage, take some casualties over there towards A, but they were able to dispel them. They were able to push them onto the other side of the map. So at least that's job done there. Unfortunately, though, the money, not in a great position. They will have to take a bit of a save right now. And it looks like, well, back towards A we go. Kusta will be throwing the smoke that goes off towards the alley. We get that dribble smoke that comes forward from the T's as well, so they can't get picked. They can play through the safety of that. But hold up a second. Grat, he's not going to convert the kill. That may have been a big frag right there.
That would have been huge. An AK as well. He was in a prime position, but it seems like Kusta's not going to get caught out today by any of those surprises. It was 2 rounds in a row. He's not been shot at first and adjusted and converted. So that's the 8th. Gen.G about to start getting competitive here. Last real chance for the CTs. They're already in a bit of a tough knock. Leah's probably down to an SMG or a FAMAS. He's gone for the latter. Double kill for Som as well. You addressed his performance in the first half. It's going to be good to get some mojo flow in for Som, considering his high fragging potential at the bottom of the scoreboard in the server right now.
I mean, we said about Azza getting those kills on the SMG. Any kills would be really nice as well, probably for Som. Get himself feeling it, get feeling the game as well, comfortable, confident. And yeah, it looks like rinse and repeat. Do we see the same level of aggression though from the CT side? No, it's a significantly different look from them, slowing down the pace a little, a bit more standardized it feels, but JKS never seems too far away from the action.
He's exploiting that one way there. Kusta throws that as a jump smoke from spawn, and he's just going to babysit that and see if he can get anything for free. But I'm glad they're hanging around to harass. The utility is very, very low, so they need to win some fights here. Oh, but the wall bang, it's going to do a lot of damage. And Som, well, he's on the board.
I wonder if that was a sound cue. I think it looked like they kind of flubbed that boost a little bit. It's rare to see them coming up checking the boost, and it's not like it's the old Vertigo where that was the must-do. And so, nice little nade will land on Daps' noggin. He chooses to not move, rather committed to that angle. And they're lining up for the same set of utility. They've got 3 of the 4 CTs rotating off. In fact, it looks like Liaz is having second thoughts as well. But they're going back. This is going to suck for the CTs. They're pushing for info. This is great. If they can call it clear, they'll get their booties back to B. Oh, this is a cat and mouse game, Lauren. I don't know where they're going.
Oh, the push and pull is fantastic. The Molotovs, everything kind of coming in. It's painting a picture, and I think we're seeing full commitment to it, at least in regard to where the bomb is. But Gratisfaction is there, eyes on top, watching what's coming his way. Kusta finds the reply, so it's not without answer. Oh, he could have had everything, but the play back in between Liaz and Azza is massive.
20 seconds, bomb's not down. Azza's found another. It's getting really sweaty for Daps. He won't hit the headshot. Liaz in support. He doesn't have to move a muscle. He's found the angle. Oh, spots the backpack. Doesn't get to knock it off today. And so, 13-8. 100 Thieves, they needed to pick that one up. It got so damn sketchy. And Gen.G, Chad, you liking that idea of trying to draw the rotate and heading back to B? I mean, it looked like it had legs.
Yeah, I think they may have been worried about a stack on the site and over-rotation here. If they had gone for that, they may have gotten site control almost for free. They may have even got those players in transition. So it's fantastic that we can see with the X-ray there. The call would have been great. But not to be. They will get another buy round in here, so it's not too many worries. If they can win this one back, the money will start to fluctuate yet again for the Thieves. So we see more of the same smoke, same flashes, everything kicking off the round in the exact same way. Even a Molotov to deal with the glaive swing out there, Alex. So making it much harder for 100 Thieves to contest this position at the start. That's why we need this second wave of utility.
I'm on board. It makes sense now. Really resonated with me, Lauren, when you said JKS is never far from trouble. I mean, it seems like no matter where Gen.G are grouped, JKS is right there with them.
That was great.
Speaking of, he's so close again. They've read this like a book. Bentet's working as best he can, but JKS just prowling around.
What's the, I mean, it's easy to sit here on my high castle with the minimap saying, why is no one pushing B when there's so much action at A? But It does just feel like there's never a threat of a flank to any of this. Like they can sit a ramp for 50 seconds, Chad. Why are they not concerned about the flank ever?
Right?
This is getting real dicey.
But 35 seconds. The CTs are actually, they think it must be B. They think they're all leaving. They must assume Kusta's doing just enough to pull the rotate, at least the first. The first now, Liaz is going to get a bit confused. With that frag, the site is open. This has worked out wonderfully for Gen.G, but it's not over yet.
This round might have just been stolen away from the Thieves, and they don't even know it. Some just going to creep up close, played in off the back of automatic, but gets shut down by Liaz, so no easy further aggress towards the backside of site, but they're still going to try and pressure this issue. They don't want the average post plants. They want something a little bit better, and Bentet now going to pick up that mantle.
Love this spot from automatic. Very risky maneuver, though, because once he's known, he can't escape, and that's why. Nice from Liaz. JKS to find the final, and now 14. So Gen.G, again, it's close but no cigar. It's twice we've seen it. Into the site, good frags, trading nicely, getting after plant positions, but then Som caught through a smoke by Liaz, and the rest, it just came crumbling down.
Do you like my toys, Lauren? I don't know if you've seen my toys. There's quite the array here. Now check this out. This is what I was getting excited about. That Molotov from Jacob, it pushes them all back, and then they can swing out with aggression and now take fights. You can see JKS pushing, Gratisfaction towards the top of the ramp. I love this harassment. It didn't get them any kills, but this is what I want to see. They're more active. You can't sit back and be dictated to on those executes on that A bomb site time and time again.
Gosh, Chad, did you draw all that?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Squiggle. Oh, you haven't learned about Mr. Squiggle, Lauren. Wait till we tell you about Mr. Squiggle.
She would laugh like a witch. Have you heard her witch's laugh?
No.
She'd cackle at us if we showed her Mr. Squiggle.
Very few men really get treated to that.
Oh, it's the best.
It's a real rarity.
You know you've really made a laugh.
Hold on.
Hang on.
We got a fast play from Daps, and it went absolutely nowhere.
He had a fast play.
Yeah, he went for a little bit of a wander, and he just got battered by Liaz. So they're probably on a little bit of an alert here because they've not seen Daps on this side of the map particularly for a while. It's mostly been Kusta lurking around, and now they see a little bit more. Kusta is still here, and he's going to do the damage at least, but it's a 4v4, and it's a weird one. Kusta.
What a brilliant little lineup.
The arm.
He finishes off the job of automatic, but a great nade opens up 2 frags on the B site. And they can do whatever they want now. They've got the man advantage, regroup, take a site together. That should be 9. But, of course, JKS is still online, so watch out. Walking up, cautious on their flight paths. They'll start to progress towards A. JKS is working on the flank. He can silently descend that ladder. Give him 10 seconds. He might be behind him. JKM on the site itself. He's playing site boxes. It's difficult to see how he can hold all of these positions at once. Okay, he gets spotted retreating. Smokes for the plant. This is great for Gen.G. Molly for to stop the plant, and with 30, hang on. Kusta knife out. That's what you wanted.
He's always in trouble. He's the schoolboy just in the principal's office constantly. He just can't stay away from it. And now the plant's going to try and come in. Bentet is going to be gripping onto that as best he can. Bomb is down, and we're in another 3v3, but these retakes have worked for the 100 Thieves time and time again now.
Yeah, and it could be happening all over again. Good dink from Bentet, and he's going to do one more. 2 versus 2. The 2 Js looking to smoke out the competition. Bentet does find his second and his third. The shining light, the beacon that keeps Gen.G in this game. It's Mr. Bentet. Does it on B, and now over on the A site on that T side.
Well, I thought JKS with that flank would have been enough. If he was actually going to follow through that, I understand why he dipped on off, coming through forklift room, very tight choke point, very difficult. But they were actually in no man's land. We could see that they were just stuck in the side. They couldn't actually drop on back. Som maybe taking a fight, but he would have had the Galil. It wouldn't have been the best weapon for that kind of spot. But Bentet up close and personal, hitting some big shots right there. And that was one that's gone missing, I think, for the Thieves, all things considered. If this one drags on out, that's when the mental side may come on in. And, well, they have to take a force buy, actually.
That's very fast again. This is like the rinse repeat, Lauren. The fast daps this time. He's found the frag and he's got the sight. Is the bomb behind him? It is.
En route.
Just coming in the hands of automatic. He'll be responsible for the plan.
It may not have expected such quick and easy success, I guess, but yeah, just the straight up run through. And I like that. I like confident rounds against, you know, slightly deadly pistols. I hate it when it runs down too late. I hate it when it takes too long. Because that's when danger arises to me. It's like when you're down to those 30 seconds and suddenly there's pistols everywhere. Exactly. I like a bit of that. So, but again, still plenty of danger could be found. I don't know what they could get out of it, really.
This will be the save, I imagine.
Yeah, and that's the problem, because this was a full investment, right? Obviously, they were thinking they might have to go into double eco territory, so now they get 2 bites of the cherry. I don't mind the fact they're holding on to it yet again. But you want to put up a bit more of a fight. You want to be a little bit more disruptive if you can be in rounds like this. Keep their economy low. If they're having clean rounds where they're having 5 players survive, they're going to be able to build up that bank. You can see they don't have to reinvest in utility on everybody. We've got Automatic and Daps down the bottom there, still with 3 pieces to their name. So things are looking very good for Gen.G right there. And look, Daps, we know that he's a ride or die in-game leader, but the fact that he's entry frag into the B site with confidence, you're leading by example. And if he goes down, he knows that he's going to be traded, right? So that's the play we like to see. 1 kill. He's the MVP of the round. He made the call. He made the kill. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, it's the hardest step to take is getting your first foot into a bomb site. So can we just quickly go in eyes with Kusta? Because he's obviously leaving a gap in that smoke. I want to see... it doesn't matter. I was just going to try and follow that smoke and see
I'm sure Rush
if he could tidy it
Rush
up.
is at home.
Oh.
He's left.
Rush. If
Now,
I'm here...
second bite of the cherry. Is it sour? Is it sweet? We find out in the next 90 seconds. Just a scout, 5-7. It's peanuts. It really is. Bit of pocket lint, a weird poker chip. You don't know how it got there. And there's a good shot. Jacob with the first. Bentet, however, keeping things... Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. It is looking good for the CTs. Another with a pistol. It's down to a 1v1. It's so winnable, but... Look at Liaz. He was the one with nothing, a pure USP. He is as naked as the day he was born. And Kusta quite the opposite. They're about to meet. This should be impossible. Oh, but he gets it! That's a big win. And, well, turn it on the other side. A big loss for Gen.G. God, that's going to hurt.
I really enjoy watching Kusta play. I remember back in the day, I used to think he was a really fun player to watch, but he just it just plays into the Reddit sort of clips that are going to come out. It's like, oh God.
I think that shine, Lauren, that shine. He's lucky he doesn't have to worry about that too much more. I think people have forgotten. I think people have forgotten about all those situations.
Look, I've had the gap, right? Like between that time. The fall from grace and all of that.
I haven't seen Kusta play consistently in a long time, you know. Like this is my chance to see it.
Okay.
Gen.G roster is a chance to see more from Kusta and what he has to offer. I'm happy Bentet's out of Tyloo jail. It's all very exciting.
Look, it was difficult getting him out of there, right? I believe at one point, not the 100 Thieves, but previous iterations when they were Renegades, they wanted to try and get Bentet. It's a difficult thing to do, right? So the fact that Gen.G have been able to give him, it's a massive pickup, taking him to a region where he can actually get something done. And he's an exciting, well, I don't want to call him a prospect anymore. He's been around forever. He's a very exciting player indeed. But this here is a catastrophe, I think, right now. Gen.G.
I want to piece together how it happened. I guess it was just there was 3 CTs peeking from 3 different angles. Comms is a mess, and they're hitting their headshots. That's it.
I'd love to credit more to 100 Thieves, but looking at that, it was as much errors on the other side. And, you know, here we go again. Bentet, you said would see more, and you're going to see a lot more, apparently. How has that just happened? 2 losses in the space of a couple of seconds. And the 100
flashed
Thieves
in the Molotov. What a nasty way to go. Your screen is white.
Both of them.
And you get taken down. What a fright. So, 5v3. And all of them grouping up. I say all of them. That's a bad habit you're going to get out of. 4 of them. Heading up towards that round.
Gratisfaction not going to quite pick up the JKS mantle that was left playing that short side. Bentet again. He's really coming alive here. And does get finally shot down by Liaz, but he's going to have to go massive in a situation that probably shouldn't allow it if all goes to plan. He's converted on Som. But he's down to 10 HP.
Yeah, I'm glad he's got his glasses back. Those circular frames gives him that little extra bit of magic.
So just to look at the money situation right here for the Thieves, it's not great. And we're now going to be looking at a scoreline of 15-11 if they take a save or if they take a partial investment or if they go for a force again behind this AK and then they lose around like that. Then we're getting into dangerous territory and overtime starts to become a real conversation. Now we've seen earlier in the day the OG versus NIP game to kick off the day. They had overtime in the first and last map of that series. Astralis, if you were watching them go toe-to-toe with Fnatic, there was also an overtime affair there on Train to close things on out. So it would be fitting if we were to get some more overtime right here on the main stream. I'm not sure. Probably the B stream's already finished for the day. I bet they're already tucked up in bed.
Not bitter.
Well, I slept until 2 p.m. I was trying to get myself on that North American schedule.
Yeah, we all succeeded. We're
we
all
did great. I'm proud of all of
body
us.
clocks. I'm really proud of
I mean, I'd love to say I wasn't already.
Lauren, you were talking about it. Let's see how those 2 frags happen. So he was blind. He gets JKS.
It's a bit of help.
That same flashbang catches Jacob, and look at him just doing the flashbang dance, sitting in the flames. Ay, ay, ay. A nasty way to lose your life in the world of Counter-Strike.
You said the money was bad, Chad. I don't think you were far from being on point there, mate.
Yeah, well, Grat here with the AWP. No, that's actually been a purchase.
Oh, it dropped by Liaz. Okay, this makes sense. They want to try and have as much bite with as little as they have. So we've got the Deagles dropping Grat the AWP, and they've got a rifle on each site, it seems. Liaz on B. Grat with the AWP on A. It's winnable. He's got full set of util as well. They've put all of the right tools in the right place. It's going to be a question of execution. Liaz, this is going to scare me. It's a hard angle to hold.
Got to work out there's another rifle up here somewhere. They've got to work it out. They're going to find out now, and it's a horrible surprise. Everyone else is now going to be on red alert. Everyone waiting for that jump-off point is now going to have to hit the brakes for a second and reconsider, because they've now seen the AWP, or heard the AWP. They've now seen the rifle. They're tussling with a lot more, but nice utility usage to chunk Liaz down, try and remove some of the danger. That takes out JKS, but it sets up Liaz.
Yeah, and JKS had nothing. That's worked out perfectly for the Thieves. They only need one to secure their map pick here in their opening game of the North American ESL 1 Cologne group. This is the Group A, 2 groups to be played here.
They've given up A control here. Grat having to rotate back over with the AWP is not going to be any easy task. If they want to go for a retake on this, or maybe they're just going to save these 4 rifles, but there needs to be a moment they make the call. Right now they're in limbo. It doesn't look like 100 Thieves have made up their mind on how they want to go in this round just yet.
Oh, and it gets even scarier when you start talking about retakes with that kit on Liaz. It's all swinging in the balance of this one man. He's got 2 frags already, and now he has to go and get the rest on the other side of the map. This flank is keeping Bentet busy, and that's something. There's only 3 players to lock down here, and keeping one busy on ramp leaves the other 2 to Grat's faction, and Jacob with a shot that could very well secure the round, but that's the kit gone. He needs to scoop it up. Liaz has fallen as well. Daps met by Grat's faction. Som and Grat dancing around this bomb. They tickle it. He reveals his location. They need to get one of them on it. Oh. Good frag. That's the round, I think. No kit. And so Gen.G lived to fight on another day.
Christ, that couldn't have been closer, though. That ramp play, that play back in, that shot. Oh!
But now you can see the problem, right? Because they invested in that AWP, now their money is once again in the bin. They're sitting at just above 2K. They will have to take a save here. That's going to be 13 on the board when they go for the buy. That'll be 14 if Gen.G are able to convert it. Money, once again, not good for 100 Thieves. CT side, things cost more. You need more utility. 15, 14, the pressure's building, and overtime. So that's what it could look like.
So if you needed to get a drink or something, Chance told you how the next 3 rounds are going to look. You can go
don't do it. You'll blame me if it happens.
Regardless, this is going to be an eco. This should be a stomp. Nothing to get too concerned about. It is just going to be Gen.G looking to keep all 5 players alive, maintain those weapons, not let them fall into CT hands, not let them be saved or anything of such craziness. Up towards A, not committing the bomb, don't want to overcommit or walk into a stack, so they let Daps go for a scout and make sure there isn't 5 CTs hiding in ratty corners. Looks good for now. Now the smokes can be deployed. The wall, someone responsible for the flank, and a safe plant. Gen.G collecting this one neat and tidy. There is a couple more chapters in this book.
I don't like JKS being there, if I'm honest. I don't like this at all. Alex?
Double with the USPs, Lauren. I'm getting nervous, and now I'm not. It's all good. It's all good. Liaz, no bullets, no health. 13 for Gen.G.
Just get a little scared, a little nervous, a little
You sowed that seed of doubt, and I was just straight onto it.
We get nervous for pistols these days. Chad, I feel like you're painting us a picture here, mate. How's the landscape looking in this one, though?
Well, this is the not the last chance. Obviously, 100 Thieves will have another force buy to close this one out here. But on the rifle round, they might need to change things up a little bit, right? When it was scrappy with those pistols before, when they won their earlier force buy round, it was because they were all contesting. They were all fighting. So let's see right here if they're going to do something different. It's a 4-man A-lean, so they want to stop this in its tracks.
3 CTs. All on that crane side, actively fighting for that. JKS from short. They're actually opting to take some mid space here, so this is going to actually interact really beneficially for Gen.G.
What happened? That chunk?
I think it was Liaz. They had a little bit of a battle. M4 and AWP exchanging bullets. Now, what is he up to? Jacobs walked down the ramp. He had the support of Grat, who does land the trade. That's enough to keep things competitive.
The gall to go walking down ramp on a round like this, because the other team obviously knows the economy state too. They probably don't expect such unbridled aggression, audacious plays, but I guess it's kind of evened up, but the HP on the T's is still pretty dire here.
And look how much utility they've used as well on the Gen.G side early just to establish map control. We're down to just 1 smoke, 2 Molotovs, and a handful of flashes, so this is going to have to be a contact play. As we can see, they're making their way up towards that A ramp. Nobody's home right now. The rotation from 100 Thieves is to give up the A bomb site. They've opted to secure middle, make sure B's locked on down, but now they're rotating back over, and JKS 2 kills away from 30. He's going to need him to stop this A attack.
JKS can sit, admire the flame, warm his hands by it, and then takes off the head of Bentet. Another puts his head in the vice. It's going to be Som, who still lives on, down to 9. Makes planting very difficult. But not if the support is there. This is getting right down to the wire. Automatic, so low from the earlier exchange, now thrust into a 1v2. They're low too. That P250 could have done it. It could have, but it doesn't. 100 Thieves, they take their map pick. Vertigo is the first of our best of 3. The final game of our first day of ESL 1 Cologne.